Hello, 2-year-old leaders. This video is for July, week 2. It's July 11th, and we are continuing with our theme this month of Who Can Trust God? I Can Trust God. And our memory verse, it's new for the month of July, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Proverbs 3:5. So we're continuing to learn to trust God. In week 2, our story is about Peter walking on water from the book of Matthew, and our story focus is Jesus shows us we can trust God. So a little summary, Jesus shows us we can trust God. Week 2, we will hear the story of a man named Peter and how Jesus showed him he can trust God. Peter hadn't decided exactly who Jesus was yet when he saw Jesus walking on the water. Then Jesus said, "Walk to me," and Peter stepped out of the boat and did it. When Jesus helped Peter walk on water, Jesus was showing Peter that we can trust God. And that's what we want for our preschoolers. We want them to press play and let Jesus show them that they can trust God. So, heading over to our leader guide, there's 2 little intro activities that you can do before you go out to large group. And what I would do if I was leading is I would split your group into 2, and I would have some of them doing one thing, the first thing, while the other half does the second thing. And so I'll show you in just a second what these are. So the first one is called Walk It Out. So up here you've got bubble wrap, you've got a felt blanket, you've got some foil, so you'll peel some off and put it on the floor. You've got a cardboard box, and I'm going to bring up some sandpaper also. So I would lay all these out on the floor on one side of the room, and what you're going to do is you're going to say, "Friends, we have so many items on our floor today. We're going to walk on each different one and find out what they feel like." And kids might want to reach down and touch them with their hands. That's totally fine. You're going to say, "Great job. That was so cool. It felt different to walk on each item." Well, today we're going to hear a Bible story about someone who walked on water. How cool is that? I'm so excited to hear our true story from the Bible. So I would have half your friends doing that. And then the other half of friends, what they're going to do is you've got these tubs with blue pom-pom balls and boats and little people. This one I'm going to get more blue pom-pom balls so it's a little more full. And you can have these out on the table or even on the other half of the floor and let the other half of the kids play in these and then switch after 5 minutes. So what you're going to do for that one is say, "Okay, friends, today we're going to hear a Bible story about water, a boat, and a person. So we have bins with pretend water, and we're going to play with these boats and people. It's so much fun to play in the water. Let's see if we can make the boats jump waves." That was fun, and I'm so excited to hear a Bible story today where we will hear about someone who actually walked on water. So that way, because there's only a couple of bins, and then you don't have kids waiting to do that. And then if you have them switch, it totally depends on how many kids you have, and always do what you feel comfortable with. You guys are great leaders. Just a suggestion. So then you'll go out to large group. When you get back from large group, you will see in just a second on the floor we have some little Velcro spots, and so they're actually in a circle out in the middle of your floor, that blue circle. And you're going to say, "Hey friends, so look at all these spots on our floor. Let's stand on this spot." And we're going to pretend that these spots are water, and we're going to walk on them like Peter did while we say our memory verse. So you're just going to go in a big circle. You're going to say, "Walk and repeat after me. Trust in the Lord with all your heart." Nice job. Let's walk on the water and say our verse again. You can trust God and I can trust God. We can all trust God. Who can trust God? I can trust God. So you're just going to walk in a circle and practice saying your memory verse on the water droplets. Then the next activity, you have this big inflatable boat. Well, I got to back up so you can see it. And I am bringing in a blue tablecloth to put under it to be your water. And you're going to say, "Friends, I'm so happy to see you. Can you guys get in this boat with me?" And so you might have to take turns letting the kids get in the boat. And you're going to say, "We're going to pretend this blue sheet is water and we're floating in this boat." When our Bible story today, Peter got out of his boat and Jesus helped him walk on water. So let's take turns being Peter. When I say your name, I want you to get out of the boat like Peter did and walk around our boat on this pretend water. And maybe just give the kids a little "Can you guys walk on water if you're at home in a pool? Should you ever try to walk on water?" No, this is just in our Bible story today. We don't want to encourage kids to step out in the pool. And then you're going to say, "So Jesus showed Peter that he could trust God. Jesus wants us to know that we can trust God too. So who can trust God? I can trust God. Then what you're going to do is up here, shoved in this, I've got a parachute. And I'm also bringing in a little stuffed boat. And so you're going to spread out the parachute and say, today in our Bible story, Jesus walked on water. That's so amazing. We're going to play with our parachute. Let's put this boat on the parachute and bounce it high in the waves. And so you might want to save this activity for the very end as parents are coming in, and you're just going to play with the parachute and the stuffed boat. And the last thing is the craft. So I'm going to get blue plates. I didn't get blue plates yet. So all kids are going to do, everything for the craft is up in this bin. These are little stickers that they can put on there. I will have the lines already cut. All you need to do is help kids attach Peter to the little stick, which I've got double-sided tape up in here to do that with. Here's all, it's stuck to my finger. Okay, hold on just a second. Sorry. Okay. All the little Peters are in a bag. Your craft sticks are up here in the little note for parents that tells them about the story that we did today that can go home with it too. And then you're just going to show kids, they're going to put their Peter in there and he can walk across the water using the craft stick. So you'll just say, okay friends, we're going to make a fun craft to help us remember how Peter walked on water. So your plate's going to be blue. This blue plate is the water, and we're going to add our boat on. Now we're going to tape Peter to the top of your craft stick and watch what he can do. He can go back and forth on the water just like Jesus did. Good job, friends. In our Bible story, some of Jesus's friends were on a boat out in the water when they saw someone walking toward them, and they were afraid, but it was Jesus. So Peter said if it was really Jesus, he should call him onto the water. So Jesus told him to come, and Peter did. And while Peter walked on the water, he heard the wind and it scared him and he thought it would sink. But Jesus took hold of Peter and they got into the boat together. And Jesus wanted to show Peter that he could trust God even when things are scary. We can trust God all the time, even when things are scary. So who can trust God? I can trust God. So that is it for this week, guys. Lots of fun water activities showing that we can trust God. Thank you all so much for serving. You're the most amazing leaders ever. I'm so, so grateful for you. And we'll see you on Sunday.